There is there is no need to control. You cannot control. Temper the music. Temper the music. A steady maestro. Leave nothing undone. Just because you just because you set a goal for the day and then achieve the goal doesn't mean aim for competence, but don't become too high on yourself. Don't be high on your own wins. Don't set a goal and then be surprised when you actually achieve it. Temper the music. Temper the music. Be like a maestro. A maestro is in a building. He is orchestrating a lot of different musicians, and they are all. He could control all of it. He could control it. The He could try to put them into a box. He could make them play the exact same tune. But that would not be the way. You have to let each musician operate under their own accord. And you do nothing else besides keep the balance. If it tips one way too far, bring it back. If it goes the other way, bring it back. Temper the music. A steady fire. A steady fire. This day. A day ahead. I've been thinking about it a day ahead. And what am I doing? What am I doing and why? When I think of that phrase, a day ahead, when I think of what that means, when I think of that, it means it's me alluding to the fact that there is a day ahead, but it's not promised that there'll always be days. And life is short. And so there's a day ahead. What will you do with this time? You've essentially been gifted time. You don't have to keep it. You can do whatever you wanted with it. And so for that reason, you are gifted time. You could do whatever you want with the time. So what will you do? And I've been thinking about the day in terms of that, in terms of the big picture of my life. This one day in terms of the big picture of all of the days. And this day that's ahead of me might as well represent everything that I've ever done. If the entirety of my life were judged on one day, and it were this day ahead of me, how would I be judged? And that's the attitude that I've had towards each and every day. But this morning I was thinking a little bit different. I was thinking about the day, and I was like, wow, no matter what happens, the day will end. And it was the same idea, but from a completely different perspective. There's a lot that I have to deal with today and every day, and also not a lot at all. But regardless of what happens, the day will end. Leave nothing undone. Leave nothing unsaid. That is what you can control. There are things that need addressed, things that need confronted. Leave nothing unaddressed. Leave nothing undone. And then the day will end. And I've been thinking about the day in terms of exactly what I just said, that this is every day for me has felt like the last day of my life, always. And the value of that is that it's kind of true. It's not untrue. It could be the last day of your life. So what will you do with your time? But the problem with that way of thinking is that it makes you incredibly anxious. And there's so much weight on the day. There's so much weight on the day. But it's not the proper way to live a life. If you are creating music, if you're creating music or painting a picture, painting an image, if you're painting an image, you're going to start in one place and you're going to paint everything within the image, but no one stroke matters all so much. Yeah, each stroke does matter incredibly, but what matters more than each stroke is the culmination, the entirety of the image. What do you digest when you see the entirety of a painting? What meaning does it convey to you? So more important than each stroke is the entire meaning of the image. More important than any one word or any one sentence is the entirety of the story. More important than any one note or chord is the song. Even the crescendo, the climax of the song, isn't everything. Otherwise, you'd go to a concert and there'd just be one clash. Everybody would play their instrument one time and you'd leave. There's nothing, no one is greater than the whole. No day, yes, the day is very important. Yes, leave nothing undone, leave nothing unsaid, but nothing else matters besides that. Leave nothing undone, leave nothing unsaid, and everything else will take care of itself. Everything else will take care of itself. Leave no worry for tomorrow. Leave no worry for tomorrow. Don't worry today. What in history has worry ever solved a problem? Or has it even sped up the solving of a problem? If not, then what's the point? So there is a day ahead of us, but the day will end. There will be things that are undesired. There will be things we don't want to do, things we do want to do. But we do know that the day will begin and the day will end. While you are in the midst of the day, what will you do? And you can ask yourself that question, you can ask yourself that question in the morning. But when you're living moment to moment, when it's afternoon, when it's evening, when temptation arises, what will you do? Will you continue to be unwavering? Will you patiently understand the importance of a life well lived? And will you live well? What will you do?